Dear learners, today we are going to talk about morphology. First of all, we will talk about our course description, then objectives, and then we will introduce our topic. The key aim of the course is to introduce the students to the basic word structure in Pakistani languages. It engages them to have an understanding of words and the parts of words. Will help them to understand word structure in Pakistani languages. Course objectives. The objectives of this course are to enable the students to define and describe the terms like morphemes, morphology, etc., understand basic concepts and principles in morphology, and apply these principles in analyzing word structures in Pakistani language and to compare word formation in Pakistani languages. If we talk about the morphology, the first word morph, it means morph, form or shape. Ology, that is means the study of. It means in this subject we are going to talk about the study of the form or shape of words, the study of the internal structures of the words and how words are constructed out of smaller units. The smaller units of the words are called morphemes, which have a meanings or grammatical function like friendly, constructed from friend and objective forming ly. In friendly, first word is friend and the second word you can say that ly, and that is also an objective forming as well. And how can words can be modified in morphology? Basically we are going to study about the structure of the words and the word formation, and in word formation in depth we will study the morphemes as well. Morpheme. What is morpheme? Morpheme is the smallest unit of a language. In the smallest unit of a language, there would be meaning and there would be the sound unit as well. Basic concepts of word structure. The number, order of, and the type of morphemes used to make a particular word is called its structure, and the morphologists study the meanings of the various morphemes, their patterns of distribution, the structures. Morphemes do not combine in arbitrary ways. Actually, they have the specific patterns to the distribution of the morphemes, like rewrite or the walks. There is a pattern. First, there is a word, there is re, and the next is write. And similarly, in walks, first there is walk, and then in the end of the walk there is a word s, and there is a specific pattern. The structure of a word can be represented by the trees. For example, if we are talking about classification of the morphemes, we can say that basically there are the two types of the morphemes. First is the free morpheme, another is the bound morpheme. Free morpheme, you can say that that is the root word, and the bound morphemes, that is called like affixes. Free morpheme it may work as independent, while the bound morpheme it can't work as an independent way, and it every time needs the roots words. If you talk, now I'm going to explain about the free morphemes or the roots words. If morpheme is able to appear as a word by itself, it is called as the free morpheme, while on the other hand, the bound morpheme or the affixes, if morpheme can only appear as a part of a larger multi-morphemic. Now I would like to explain the examples, the basic concepts and the terms about the free morpheme and the bound morpheme. First, stem. Stem means actually root and the base, and the morpheme to which other morphemes are added. For example, in stem you are talking about the free and the bound. For example, there is a word teacher. Teach is a free stem word, while er, it is not free. Similarly, there is another word, dresses. Dress, dress, dress is the stem or the root or the base word, and it is free. It may stand alone, while es, it doesn't, it can't stand alone, or these types of words doesn't stand alone. The don't stand alone. And then similarly, there another word, the stem, bound stem, inapt or the uncamped. These words can't stand alone, inapt and uncamped. Stem and the affix. First of all, I would like to explain what is affix. In affix, basically there would be two other examples, that is the suffix, prefix, infixes and ablat. First, suffix. Pre is pre meaning before, and the suffix means after. And in the center there would be the root word or the base word. Stem carries the basic meaning, while the affixes or the attachments, in which there would be suffixes, prefixes, infixes, and ablat. Affixes are attached to the end of the stem, while prefixes they are attached to the front of the stem, and infixes actually they are put in the middle of the word, while ablat is a change in the vowel that carries the extra meaning. For example, there are some examples. Suffixes are the most common, like the past tense matter of adding ed, because it will add in the end of the structure. For example, there is a word impossible. Im is, you can say that unacceptable. Unacceptable, un is pre, or accept is a root word, the base word, and able is suffix. Similarly, there would be another words like ing, ed, s. These are, you can say that these are the suffixes, while the prefixes like unacceptable, un is prefixes. Prefixes pre, before, it will come before the stem word. Affixes, there are different examples like prefix un. There is a word unhappy. Un is prefix. Un pre mean before. It will come before the stem word. Infix, mother-in-law. It will come in the center. In is infix, like suffix. It will come in the end of the word, like happiness. Ness is suffix. Ablat. Ablat is sing, sing or sang. I and a. These two letters. These two letters are ablat. Allomorphs. When a morpheme is pronounced by more than one sound pattern, we call the variations allomorphs, like English plural morphemes. S is pronounced in three different ways. Three different ways how? Like there are three words: dogs, cats, and the judges. In dogs, it is in the end of the S is pronounced in the end of this as like Z. In cats, it will not pronounce as Z, but it is S. In judges, it is EZ. Judges. The morphemes, to describe the situation, we can say that English has one plural morpheme, that is S, and English has three allomorphs of the plural morpheme. Another example, English indefinite article. English has two allomorphs of an indefinite article, for example, a dog, and an apple. Now I'm going to talk about the types of the morphemes. Free morphemes, the bound morphemes. In free morphemes, we will discuss the lexical and the functional morphemes. And while in the bound form means it consists of the derivational and inflectional morphemes.